Hi. Welcome to day 3 of the 30 days challenge. And today I'm going to give you in yesterday's video I promised to share with you what we are building. And I'm going to do just that and also give you an update on what I've been up to today. So we're building a platform called Granted, and you can find it at granted.tech.ca. And yesterday, as I mentioned, we did the launch webinar. So we hosted a webinar to walk folks through the platform and what it can do, how to use it. But the challenge that we had is that we had not set up our production instance yet. So we obviously set up the webinar about 3 weeks ago, anticipating that we're going to finish before yesterday. But a number of challenges, we couldn't get everything completed. But now we have people who are interested in using the product, and we need to get it into the hands of the people as soon as possible. So today my goal was to set up our production environment, and I mentioned in I think yesterday's video or the previous day's video that I had spoken with a colleague of mine who was also helping me with some of the work, that is the Terraform script setup and AWS infrastructure for our production service. And today I met with him to review what we have and also rework on some of the things that need working. We needed to set up the GitHub Actions workflow. In fact, I haven't finished that. I've been running into some issues trying to authenticate with GitHub SSO, with AWS SSO. So I had to take a pause on the production server or infrastructure setup, and that is a big problem because now that's like one of the limiting factors. We need to set up our production environment as soon as possible so that users can start using it. But another important thing that we are yet to complete is our subscription service. So the Stripe integration so that users can start purchasing subscription and using the service hasn't also been completed. So today I had to highlight, if you can see my screen, I had to highlight some of the things that we need before Friday, and today is Tuesday. So we literally have 3 days to get this done, and for that reason I have the team, myself and my co-founder, decided to bring another person on board. So I have a very good friend of mine. I've been working with him for some time now, very diligent person. So I recommended him, and he is joining us at least for the next couple of months to help us work on some of these things. So for now, he's going to work on the subscription service, and we are hoping that by tomorrow, he's going to get that subscription. By end of day tomorrow, hopefully, he would be done with the subscription service. And because I couldn't continue with not because I couldn't continue, but I had to take a pause on the production server setup. In fact, I still, it is past, I don't even know the time. Where's my phone? What's the time? It's 12:52 a.m. right now, and sleep is nowhere to be found because there's a lot of work, there's a lot to be done before Friday. And for that reason, I am dedicating myself to get most of the things done. One of the key things, and oh wait, I'm in a hurry because I need to go back and go and continue coding. But let me take my time and explain something. So the platform that we're building, as I said, is called granted.tech.ca. And what it does is a platform that will help you with grant applications. So any of you out there who is looking forward to applying for grants, or any of you who has experience applying for grants, will know that the process of getting a grant or getting granted which is our brand name, Granted, is not easy. Starting with going out there to search for grants that matches your interest and going to get the application form, filling out the application and making sure that everything is in order, you have everything that you are being asked for, putting all the documents together and finally submitting it is not easy. And even after submitting it, all that you have to do afterwards until you have gotten the money, and even after getting the money, reporting and all of that. So Granted, which is a platform we are building, is supposed to help you facilitate all of this with the power of artificial intelligence. So we have an AI bit in there where you're going to get recommendations. So that's what I majorly worked on today, the recommendation engine. So in the past I had built it out, but along the line I explained, I think 2 or 3 days ago in the video, that it wasn't working as we wanted it to. And it is one of the main features that we need to ensure that it's working perfectly. Like, it's one of the modes that we have, the AI recommendation engine. So how powerful it is will determine how effective the platform is, because before you apply to the grant, you need to find a grant that matches you. Okay, your interest, your profile. So you set up a profile. If you go to Granted and you sign up, you set up your profile. We have an onboarding process. So the onboarding flow, you submit all the relevant details about you, either as an individual or as an organization, depending on who you are signing up with. So you get to sign up as either an organization or as an individual. Then you provide all the details, including the mission, vision, your objectives, projects that you're working on, like all of those details. And based on these details, we have the AI recommendation engine that takes those details and suggests to you the most relevant grants that you should apply to. Then once you choose to apply to it as well, we'll have the AI writing, the grant writing piece. So we need to know the recommendation engine, and that's what I was working on today. If you check my board, I've written here, revamp the engine and test it on real data, implement a robust caching service to maximize cost. So that's one of the things that I identified. Like, I saw that initially some of the calculations that are done were not really adding up, especially when I started putting in raw data. So I had to do a redo of most of the things that I had done with our recommendation engine, just to make it very robust. So the recommendation engine is it has several components. One, it takes the semantic meaning of your profile. So it's sort of, the AI sort of understands everything that you have put in your profile. It sort of understands everything about a grant. Then it's trying to find a match. What similarity, is there any similarity between your profile and the grant? But outside of that, there are a few other things. Like, there are some hard filters that we're using as well. For instance, if the grant is available to people across Canada, then if you have stated in your profile that you are in Canada, it means that that is a match. That one is not necessarily meaning, it's not necessarily semantics, it's just hard filters that, oh, Canada, and maybe they are giving grants. These grants caters for woman-led organizations, and you have a woman-led organization, like something like that. So the hard filters also will contribute to certain percentage of the recommendation, as well as the activities that you undertake on the platform itself. So have you shown any interest in similar grants? If you've shown interest in similar grants, that's your interaction on the platform is tracked. In fact, we are trying to build some sort of recommendation engine that looks like what you have on, say, a platform like YouTube, Netflix, where your interactions on the platform determines the kind of content that you get. Okay, so it's similar, but here it's not just the interaction. Your profile is very important, and the content of the grant as well. So I had to I did a bit of some mathematics to really understand how and where to pitch the calculations or the proportions of contribution towards the recommendation engine. Now at least it's working, but after I made it work, that was when I realized that this is going to cost us a lot, because we are using an external service called Astra DB. So if you know about it, if not, you can check it out. Astra DB is a service that we're using for the concept known as vector search or the vector similarity. So we are converting the data into vectors, and those of you who have done some sort of machine learning or artificial intelligence might appreciate that. So we do that, then we store them in AstraDB, then we call the AstraDB service. So I've created a service that interacts with AstraDB, and anytime we call it, it does the vector search or similarity search to help us pick up the most similar to, so your profile, it takes your profile and compares it to the grant information. The problem is that anytime it is doing this thing, it costs us money. And I had not implemented any way for us to not make a request directly. So every single time, even if you refreshed your page, it would go back to AstraDB and make that call. So I needed to implement a robust caching service that would ensure that we do not make that frequent trip to AstraDB, so we cut down the cost. If, let's say, you log in right now and you have created your profile and you see 30 recommendations of grants, it wouldn't change immediately after refreshing it. Okay, so we don't have to bear that cost. That's the conclusion that I came to. So now that's what I've worked on. I'm yet to test it. That's exactly what I was working on before I decided to come record this video. There are a few other things. This recommendation part that I've completed now is more for the profile, but then we have also another recommendation that is targeted towards your project. So when you're applying for grants, you usually create projects, like you have either a program or a specific project that you're applying for the grant for. So we need to get that sorted. Anyway, that is just by the way. Those are some of the things that we're doing. I would probably give you more details in subsequent videos, but today the updates, as I have said, is I worked on the recommendation engine and our infrastructure as well. The Terraform code is what I'm working on, and now I might have to get some sleep. It's already past 1, and if I cannot sleep, I'll go back to get some done. But hopefully I'll keep you posted tomorrow when I record another video. Once again, if you enjoy these sort of videos and you want to see more of it, please go ahead and drop it in the comments below. And I am doing a 30 days challenge, trying my best to record a video every single day for the next 30 days, and today is the 3rd day. So if you want to see me at the finish line, then you want to motivate me, please drop some motivation in the comment. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.